Hello, everybody. Evo, just a second. Billy's the king of the castle. Come on, Eva. Come on up. Yes. But you is always my queen. Hi, Snitch. Snitch is enduring a brutal hazing from Tiny Kitten Esquire. I guess she figures she had to go through it, so she's going to make him. You klutz, you are clearly one of us. Oh, Earl. I appreciate that those are gentle pats, but I know how your gentle pats work. Come on, Earl. Earl, come back over here. Leave him be. Ava, you're not helping me. Please. Come on, Earl. Come on, Earl. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Yeah. Attack the string, not the cat. All right. Here we go now. Excuse me. Oh, you can see how much fun it is already. Oh. I'm hoping he'll accidentally turn on that toy. They love that thing. Here, let's see if I can get one of them to laser pointer it. Hey, Earl. Hey. Go over to that toy. Hey, go over to that toy. I need more hands. Guys, I was not made for this. Okay, you win. You win. I'll push the button myself. Sort of. Hi, Earl. What's up, buddy? Is you trying to get something? You trying to get something? Oh, my. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you stand up like a dinosaur. You Earlosaurus Rex. You should go get that other toy. Go play with that, please. Oh. Tiny Kitten just went in the donut. Do you just want this because you want to chew on it? Here. I know you like chewing on it. I know, because you guys are amazing. Hello, Michelle Moreland. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Buzzy Pug. Hello, Linda Adams. Hello, Wire Mother. Hello, Wolf Lore Lover. Hello, C-Rex. Nice recon job earlier. Don't think I didn't know what you were doing the moment I saw that message. So I got a message from C-Rex, about the time they all start gossiping in Discord about whether or not April's going to be live. And she said, I'm getting sleepy. Should I drink something with caffeine or take my NyQuil? Yeah, this is the goofy face I made. Yeah, this is about it right here. I said I'm going live if that's the hidden question. Yeah. Y'all suck at recon. I love y'all though. I guess I can't say that because you did get the answer out of me. I guess I prefer recon to outright trickery, Jerry. Yes, sir, Mr. Gentlepats. How may I help you? I tossed the string. It's not my fault Tiny has it. I bought you 3 chew ropes. You want a new chew rope? There's one left. I didn't give you all of them. Is this the magic one that you'll love the most? I think. Is this is catnip. This is catnip. Right? Yeah, that's a little catnip baggie. Because this is the silica one. Throw away. Do not eat. Desiccant. It is not gel. It is little beads. Silica gel. No, it's little beads. They lie. Yeah, so that means this is a catnip pack. It's just like the one that we stuffed in that birdie's belly. The toy bird. I'm no monster. I wonder if it's laced with silver vine. Because this has a silver vine ball on it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's for you. It's for you, Earl. You're supposed to be able to... They're like twisty ropes. They're supposed to twist and bend and be able to stay in shape. But they don't very well. But it's perfect for you. Excuse me. I did not find out about said movie until way too late. It was brought up in conversation in passing, and I was like, oh, well, that sucks because I'm just now starting editing. Oh, I'm sorry I missed the movie with you guys in Discord. I hear it was Overboard. Shocker. I've never seen it. I'm sorry. And I still haven't seen it. Hi, Snitch. Hey. No, you guys stop it. Hello, Dark Zoomy. The SCP Space Key. No. Secure, contain, protect. Good luck. Hi, Eva. Yes, hi, Eva. You want one too? Hi, Eva. Is get what you needed. You just needed a little love from me. Oh, I love you. Hello, Nebrick. How you doing, sweetie? All right, guys. See, your eyes are trickery. Your avatar thingy, because it's the same color as Jim Tidekeys. So as I'm scrolling through really quickly, it's like, oh, new person. Oh, no, not new person. Ava, you are really distracting. You know that? You know that you are really distracting. Please, come on, go lay down. And you all saw the desk shake, so clearly she chose under the desk. I'm so happy to see you with us again tonight. I'm so grateful for all of you guys. Every one of you. Hello, Eileen and Carlin. What button? Oh, on the toy. There's a button on their toy. And it activates it for 10 minutes. It's right there. and I thought I'd be clever and use the handy dandy laser pointer, and it didn't work. I tried. There's a video of this little tiny kitten chasing a laser pointer and turning on the Xbox for its owner. Why can't I train mine to do something cool like that? That's what I thought. It's just a button. They could just go after the laser pointer and bop it. No, I don't get such luck. I just get pets and cuddles and kisses and 3 cats crowding me at night, fighting for the same exact spot on me. Hello, Allison, honey. Desiccant means dryer. Oh, well, but it says it's not just that word. It says see, I did not know that. So you taught me something new, and I do appreciate that. But it says silica gel. It says do not eat, but it does not say do not open and prove that it's not gel. Tiny little beads. And my daughter had a big bag of this stuff because when I did gardening, I would grow specific colors of things for her. Hold on, I'm trying to capture these. I got 3 little beads here that are rolling around. So I would specifically grow colors of flowers for my daughter, and then she would dry them, and then she would use a mortar and pestle. See, there, look. Man, if I had that in my car and got pulled over, I'd be in big trouble. They wouldn't believe me that it was silica. They'd have the same argument as I'm having right now. The package says it's supposed to be gel. These are clearly not gel. These look like rocks. All right. I'm going to put that in the drawer until I go in the kitchen to the big garbage can that they can't all get into. I appreciate you guys teaching me new stuff. I love learning. Hello, Spider-Man. Oh, duh. Anyways, so my daughter would dry the flowers in silica, and then she would, because that preserved the colors better than any other drying method. And then she would use a mortar and pestle, and she would grind them very finely and put them into tiny little jars. And then there was a concoction of glycerin and some other stuff that I had to buy for her that I don't remember the names of. But she would turn those into, they were pigments for paint. My daughter's she's a genius. I don't know if I've mentioned that lately. But she would literally make her own paint pigments from flowers in the garden. It was amazing. So, of course, I did absolutely everything I could to foster her curiosity of science and, paint discoveries and things like that. Even though she would get onto a hobby and stay with it for all of 20 minutes, and then, there went $400 that I'll never see again. Well, no, I'll see it. It's all in my basement. Let's see, there was the electrical breadboard phase, the learning about like electricity phase and making little motors phase, and she's always been into engineering. The paint thing is still going on to this day, but it's transitioned over to digital, so that's good. She's gone through a lot of phases, but she's super, super smart. So it's hard to keep up with her. Yeah. I'm not bragging. Sorry, I'm super proud. Billy. Hello, Martha D111. How you doing, sweetie? Robert from Cologne in Germany. Yay! I'm so glad you're here. Yes, happy Easter, everyone. It's almost, yay! It's Easter here. Happy Easter. Well, Billy actually means bucket. He is named Billy O.T. after the Wellerman, because a Billy is a bucket. So in the Wellerman, they're singing about a bucket of tea. Well, they're not singing about a bucket of tea, but it's in there. The name of the ship was a Billy O.T., a bucket of tea. I wish. Oh, I wish. The editing doesn't take nearly as long as the watching, because I have to watch everything to see if it's entertaining, and then I have to go back and I have to clip parts out, like phone numbers and addresses. Even then I miss it sometimes, but I do watch the majority, if not the entirety, of everything that I stream. And then there's the adjusting the volumes and everything like that, which that's going to be an issue for tonight, by the way. We're in Judge David Bowie's court. I don't know. I don't know if it's David, but I know it's Bowie. Maybe it's Jeremy Bowie. Anyways, David Bowie is fun to say. So anyways, we're in Judge Bowie's court, and he has terrible audio. I did my best to clean up as much of it as I could, but parts of it are super clear. When they walk away from the microphone, it gets kind of muddy. But like I said, I did try. I really did try. The first case is, going to be the test subject of my editing experience. No, the subsequent cases are actually, the audio was better clarity on them than the first one. The first one did take a considerable amount of time. Hello, Billy. I was talking about you. I was telling them all about the origin of your name. Yep. You're just here for the treats anyways. What? No, you're here to attack my dog. I get it. I know that's what it does. For those who can't read, Jerry, it's April that absorbs moisture. Jerry is its own language. And it has taken me a very long time to become fluent. I'm almost there. I can't communicate back in Jerry, but I can read Jerry pretty darn well. That's a very good question. Let me ask the Google machine. Is silica sand? The Google machine says silica sand is a high purity. Well, here, let me share this. All right, so silica sand is a high purity white or colorless sand composed primarily of silicon dioxide, usually exceeding 95% to 99% content, derived from quartz-rich rock or weathered deposits. It is used extensively in industrial construction and water filtration applications. Huh. Well, this raises more questions than answers. Because so is silica always sand? Or is silica sand its own separate thing? Let's see if Google understands that question. Silica is its own separate substance. It is not just sand. Wow. While often found as high purity silica sand, which is quartz, silica is a mineral compound found in many forms. I had no idea. Rocks, glass, and quartz crystals. Silica sand is specific high purity type of sand, whereas regular sand is a mixture of various mineral particles. Well, that would make absolute and total sense, that sand is a various mix of mineral particles. But this is amazing. Silica exists as non-sand forms such as crystalline quartz, quartzites, industrial silica gel, and fused glass. Yes, Earl? How may I help you, buddy? I'm not divvying out treats yet. Wow, that is amazing. Thank you for posing that question. That is awesome. Not when they're 5. She was 5 years old, and I was asking her to teach me things that she was learning on her own, mind you. Yeah, she's a hell of a kid. She really is. I have her Presidential Academics Achievement Award hanging on the wall in the living room. Like my pride and joy. You think I love the animals? Yeah. Honestly, it's nothing compared to my kid. Hello, Bob. Oh, thank you so much. Hello, Charlie. How could you resist me? How could you even try? Hello, Otto. I like her too. Her courtrooms get a lot of content creator action though. But I mean, in fairness, the stuff she creates, well, not creates, but what happens in her courtroom goes viral. I guess I should be focusing more on that, but honestly, I like finding cases that make you think or that have some substance to it, not only defendants blowing up. I like a variety. Yep, she's in Texas. I was watching a video earlier of hey, stop that. Sorry about that. I was watching a video earlier of cats like meowing like in this super loud, not petite way at all. And the moment they realize that their owner is there or someone coming into the shop or whatever it was, they turn into the kitten meow. It was the funniest video. I'll see if I can find it and I'll put it in the description and in the Discord. But yeah, it is same cat. You know, you're coming around a corner and the holding the phone out so the cat doesn't notice, and the cat's like meow meow meow, and it turns and sees the owner, and it's like meow meow meow. Yeah, I appreciate that about Texas. Hello, Metal Rules. Silicon is not silica. Oh boy. You better tell all the bimbos in Hollywood who were, you know, self-stuffing silica right down into their boobies. That was the wrong one. Well, it said a lot of things are made from it. That's really cool. Well, it said it's in glass. That's really awesome. See, I love science and story time with us. Oh, I am super proud of her. She's great. I did not get mine for attendance reasons. And because I was a little shit. I had the worst mentality about, I missed, okay, 7th grade, right? I missed the honor roll by, it was like 0.08%. Just the absolute most minuscule amount. Not even a full percent. Probably my kid, hold up. It was not even a full percent. It is my kid. All right. And my mentality, hi, tiny kitten. I know you were the one that started the melee back there. That barroom brawl from the depths of the donut. So my pea brain in 7th grade decided, well, if I'm not going to get it by missing it from less than 1%, then I'm not going to try at all. Dumb idea. I wish there was someone in my corner back then that could have said, hey, that's a very bad idea. How about you just try harder? But I didn't have anybody in my corner like that. In fact, I had quite the opposite. I hung out with a very bad crowd when I was a teenager. Because my dad worked for the police department. And so I felt like I needed to be the rebel. But I didn't ever want to get in trouble. I didn't ever want nothing on my record. So I was the person that all of the bad kids came to for advice on how to get out of trouble. I got told many times that I needed to go into being a defense attorney, but that was not up my alley because there are some things that I just could not defend. Yeah. Good news is I turned out okay. It was my senior year that I realized the error of my ways. Most kids have that senior slump where they go from high honors to crap grades. And the thing is even though I stopped trying, I still maintained B's, A's, B's, and C's. I think a C was my lowest. I got a D in world history 3 times. Because I suck at history. I got told I would have to take a $120 correspondence course if I failed it again. And I passed at that time with a 72 point something, like real small number. Yeah. Made it though. But, yeah. And which is your favorite? That's a fair point. That is a fair point. But it makes for viral shorts. Hello, Squishy. And it takes forever to get to that small part. You end up watching like 13 hours of Judge West's court to find that one short. That's why I can't do it. That's why I struggle with, there's a few judges like that I struggle with because I have to watch hours and hours upon hours to find one little clip. And I just, from the story that I just told, y'all should realize I just don't have that kind of patience. No, my senior year, I went from doing like really crappy, and then I ended up graduating on honor roll. I didn't graduate with honors because I didn't have a high enough GPA the rest of the years, but I did graduate on honor roll, and I was super proud of that. So it took all that time for me to realize, holy crap, I'm almost an adult. I better straighten up. And I did. Well, you give Cedar lots of extra pets from me. Hello, Larry. Oh. See, we got those letters every year. Oh, guys, I am so sorry. Take cool time. Yeah, we got those letters every year. My parents were really great, but I was child number 4, and they were just over it by me. I think that's like really the only. And I was exhausting. I needed constant attention when I was little. So I can only imagine what that did to them. Bless their heart. They did the best they could. But neither one were very attentive, or, like they didn't coddle. And when I lashed out for attention, like it never worked in my favor. Never. It was a bad move. And I guess that's where I learned, like, that it really did, like, it didn't matter. Like I could come, I could hold a knife to my wrist and be like, "You want me to?" And my mom would be like, "Who's gonna clean it up?" I'd have the phone to my ear. "I'll call 911 on you. I'll call social services." And my mom's like, "Oh, good, a break." Like, I couldn't be like that to my kid. I couldn't. But my kid wasn't like me. My kid was a perfect angel. I'd be like, "Kendra, it is okay for us to jaywalk." And she's like, "No, jaywalking's bad. I saw a video on it in school, Mom." Like, she forced me to be a better human. There's the Dayquil, and you know what? I'm going for allergy meds. I'm double dosing. I'm hitting the fexofenadine tonight. Oh, man. So those were the early years of April. But like I said, I turned out pretty darn good. Now, I don't lie, cheat, or steal. Heck, I don't really leave my house. I don't get the choice. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm a good human. It's Easter here already. But thank you. We love you. That happens too. I always got told that I was book smart with no common sense. My brothers told me that. My brothers told me a lot of things. I could only believe a few of them, a handful of them. That sound that the water bubbler makes when it kicks on, like the compressor motor that's in there and stuff, that is not actually taking all of the water that has drained in there from people missing the spigot and it going down the drain and then, shooting it back up the pipe. That's really not what that is. I never believed him, but that never left my head. I can be drinking from a water bubbler now, or water fountain, or whatever y'all call it. I can be drinking from it now and hear that little dum kick in, and I take a step back, and I'm, okay, we're doing that now. Simpsons messed me up too. The Simpsons show that messed me up on eating fish. There was one episode, and it involved a blowfish, and they had this, like, they brought out this board and showed like different. It's a grid, and it showed like cuts of fish, and if you cut it a certain way, it would knit you, and I refused to eat fish after I saw that episode. I was real little when I saw it, and it tormented my brain for years, decades even. Yeah. I don't remember at what point I was like, it's just a cartoon. It's just a cartoon. And I finally tried eating fish. But it took a while. It did. Hello, Mortimer Duke. You have all the class you need for me. Yeah. We'll hold the world together. You and me, girl. Oh, I did go to technical college. I graduated from CNA school 8 months pregnant. I passed my promissory testing 8 months pregnant. I was so big that they couldn't put the gate belt on me safely. Not big because I'm a moose, but big because I was pregnant. They could not safely put a gate belt on me for like, cause y'all had to like demonstrate with other students and stuff. No. They wouldn't. But and here's the funny thing. I knew halfway into the course that it was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But I'd already paid for the course, and I wanted to be able to tell my daughter that I graduated while I was pregnant with her, and tell her that she's already gone through college. And I can say that now. Dag nabbit. I'm sorry, guys. You might be a redneck if your internet goes down nightly. Oh, man. and the web is trying to shut me down. Yeah. Well, no, it ended up being Charter. Maybe it's a dual effort. I don't know. Dag nabbit. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And the reward is you get to watch the cases tonight. We've completed 45 minutes of story time. Aw, you're so sweet. Yeah, I know. I called around. I called Bright Star because they're the technician from Charter that came out to fix my issues the last time told me to call Bright Star because they have fiber in this area, 3% or something like that. And then so I called TDS, the only version of TDS that I'll have, and they also don't. Same as Lynx. I tried them all, guys. I tried them all. Jerry, for one, I don't even know what that means. For two, I've had 4 technicians out here. 4. If that was like something that would fix it, wouldn't they have done it? I don't know. I'll look it up. But I'm thinking it's a bigger problem. It's Charter going down nightly. It's not just me that's experiencing it. But they're doing it every night, some type of maintenance. I think they're getting ready to launch the fiber optic. And this is the time period where people are sleeping. Normal humans sleep right now. And that's what they told me on the service call. That they choose to do maintenance during this time block until like 4 a.m. because this is when the internet usage is the lowest. It makes sense from a business standpoint on their end. From a business standpoint on my end, it's incredibly frustrating. I love you. Aren't they satellite? I don't want satellite. Not with the storms we get around here. We have DirecTV as well as an option in this area. Been there, done that. Will never choose satellite again. I know, right? I know. Probably. You're probably right there. The last one seemed the smartest of all of them. He was probably the youngest, too. He flat out said, just switch carriers. Like, when you work for a place and you are actively telling your customers that the only fix to their issue is to go with a different company, that says a lot, both about you and about the company. Oh man, no, no. Hi Ava, you got a cold nose. Not a one of us, not a single one of us fit that mold. But doesn't my VPN do that? But also my VPN, and I can't use it when I stream because I don't have the upload capability. Like, my download is freaking amazing. It's like 800 megabytes per second. Upload's 30 at most on a good night. I will look at it. Oh, well, that gives me some hope right there. I will look at it. Well, so why didn't you lead with that part, Jerry? All right, I'm thinking Little Miss Cold Nose has to go potty, so I'm going to put the cases on, and then I will be back. Now, this first one, it is a breaking and entering case. It is a probable cause hearing. So, although we get what the determination is at the end for the probable cause aspect, we don't get the outcome of the case aspect.
Yes, Chairman. Case 260011. Why people state of Michigan versus Demetrius and Watson charged in one count of home invasion, third degree. We're here for further examination. Appearances for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Laura Camacho, on behalf of the people.
Joshua Cap on behalf of Mr. Watson.
Mr. Watson, please state your name for the record.
Demetrius Bill Watson, Senator.
Okay, we're here for an exam with proceeding.
Yes, Your Honor. People prepared to proceed with a couple of preliminary matters. At this time, people move for a week order of seek restoration. Witnesses in this case, I understand that there are multiple people in the court, though I don't believe that they're involved in this case. People's first witness is also in the courtroom.
So I also forgot to mention that the reason I found this case interesting is because we get to watch the defense attorney twist the testimony very, very badly. Not that she's the best witness ever, but he flat out manipulates the words, and it's gross to watch. Hi, Billy.
All right. The mutual order sequestration remain in the courtroom. You hear testimony of the bar from testifying in circuit court. If the case makes it there, Mr. Cap, I don't know none of the parties involved except defendant, prosecutor, you, defense attorney. I don't know if anybody got there related to Mr. Watson. I'm not sure.
So his boss, but he's not a witness in this case.
Okay. Where's his boss? Who's here on behalf of Mr. Watson?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Could you please rise and state your name for the record? We need to record it.
Coming in with Princeton Jr.
Herman Edwards Princeton Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, sir?
Sherwood Jackson.
Say again?
Sherwood Leonard Jackson.
Sherwood Leonard Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay. Names are noted for the record. Other matters?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the people look to admit people's proposed exhibit 1, which is a PPO order. I don't believe there's any objection from defense.
No objection, Your Honor.
Admitted for exam purposes, people, exhibit 1.
Thank you. At this time, the people call Dianera and Aguilar to stand.
I'm gonna come right here to that corner and just step up and turn and raise your right hands. Swear or affirm subject to the claims of the party testimony given this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I think that helps you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Good, how are you?
And speak up loud too and say yes or no. Mrs. Neal is recording everything. She needs to hear about that.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state your full name and spell it for the record?
Dianera Aguilar. Dianera is Dianira. Aguilar is Aguilar.
Miss Aguilara, is that how you pronounce it?
Aguilar.
Aguilar. If at any point you can't hear me or if you don't understand a question that I'm asking you, please just let me know, okay?
Yes,
Do you know somebody by the name of Demetrius Watson?
yes, I do.
How do you know this person?
We have children together,
2 minor children?
2 minor children,
Okay, and how long have you known Mr. Watson for?
and 19 years.
The two of you had been in a relationship together?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still in a relationship with
No,
Mr.
ma'am.
Watson? No?
No,
When did the relationship end?
the end of October
Of
of
2025?
2025.
Do you see Mr. Watson in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Can you please point to him and identify an article of clothing that he's wearing?
He's wearing the blue outfit. I don't know what it's called.
Can you point to it again, please?
Right there.
Let the record reflect that this witness has positively identified the defendant in this case.
So no, he's in the defense table, correct?
He is sitting at the defense table.
Now, directing your attention to January 4th, 2025 at approximately 1 o'clock in the morning. Were you at the location of Hamilton?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in the city of Pontiac County, Woodland?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anyone else live there?
3 children.
So just your 3 children?
Yes.
And they're all minors?
The oldest one is an adult now, and then I have my 2 minor ones.
Now, around 1 o'clock in the morning that evening, or that night, excuse me, what were you doing at home?
I was in the bed sleep.
At any point during the night after 1 o'clock in the morning, did you wake up?
Yes, I did.
What woke you up?
My keys sliding off my bed.
So you had your keys in your bed?
Yes,
So you, in your bedroom, correct?
correct.
And when you woke up, did you see anything?
I sat up in the bed because again, I was asleep. So I sat up to kind of get my bearings together, and I seen the shadow in my bathroom, which prompted me to hop out of my bed to take a look and see what's going on because I knew nobody else was in the house.
What about your kids? Where were they at?
At that time, they were still scared to come home, so they stayed at my brother's house.
So on that evening, it was just you in the home.
It was only me.
You said that you saw a shadow, so you got up to check it out.
Yes,
What part of the house did you check?
that was the bathroom.
Was anybody in the bathroom?
It was Demetrius Watson.
You saw him in the bathroom initially?
I seen his shadow, and then when I went to look around, I kind of backed back because he was coming out of the bath.
Okay, so just to explain for the court, you were looking outside into the hallway from your bedroom.
Correct.
And there's another door where your bathroom is.
Correct.
And when you peeked out, that's when you saw Mr. Watson leaving the bathroom and coming
Coming
into the
towards
hallway.
me. Yeah.
Towards you. Okay. When you saw him, how did you feel?
Scared
Why?
because I knew he was not supposed to be there
Why wasn't he supposed to be there?
because he was served a PPO.
You had a personal protection order against him,
Yes, ma'am.
and you obtained that from the 6th Circuit Oakland County Circuit Court, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Got a permission to approach with people's already admitted in Exhibit 1 showing defense.
Okay.
Is that the PPO that you obtained?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I publish? Do you recall approximately when the defendant was served that PPO?
It's a lot of conflicting dates only because the initial certificate of service was filled out improperly. When I finally contacted someone in regards to that, it was like the end of November. So every time I would call the police, they would say it's not in their system. So I know it was served to him, but as far as like in the system, I don't know what date they had.
Right, but just to clarify, do you know if it was served before the defendant was at your house on this
Yes,
day?
it was.
And you received confirmation of that, correct?
Yes, I did.
And did you receive confirmation that it had been in fact into the system? You said the police system?
Yes, I did follow up with that.
When was that approximately?
I want to say December 2nd was when I found up 2025 was when I was notified that if everything was on the up and up, it's in the system, it's active.
Now, going back to your house, when you saw Mr. Watson in the hallway, you said he was coming towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Did he say anything to you?
He said, baby, we need to talk.
What did you say?
We don't have nothing to talk about.
Did you ask him to leave the house?
I did ask him to leave.
What did you specifically tell him?
I told him there was nothing we need to talk about, and you know you're not supposed to be here. You have to go.
And did he in fact leave?
No.
So what happened next?
I went to grab my phone, which I thought was still on the bed, but it was not on the bed, to call the police.
Were you able to eventually locate your phone?
Yes,
Where was it?
in the toilet.
And was Mr. Watson still inside the home when you located him?
Yes.
In my own personal opinion, they should have also charged him with preventing her from being able to call 911 in that circumstance. Because Lordy knows, if you wake up in the middle of the night to someone in your house that is not supposed to be there, you're going to try to call 911. And the only reason he threw the phone in the toilet was to prevent her from being able to do that.
Did Mr. Watson get physical with you at any point?
Yes, he did.
How so?
By placing his arms on my arms, trying to force me to talk to him.
And what did you do, if anything, once he grabbed you?
I broke free and I punched him.
After you punched him, were you able to get out of the house?
Yes.
Once you broke free and you exited your home, this was at nighttime, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
it's pretty dark outside, right?
And very cold. It was during the sub-zero temperature days.
What were you wearing when you left the house?
I had on a pair of pants, a t-shirt, and I grabbed my jacket and my purse and ran out the house. So that's the only thing I had on. But I did manage to put my jacket on while outside.
Were you able to use your phone?
Yes,
Was
I
it
called.
still working?
Yes,
And you called the police?
yes, I did.
While you called the police, was Mr. Watson still in your house?
Yes, he was going in and out.
You say in and out through the front door?
Yes,
Was he saying anything to you?
no,
Eventually, did police arrive on scene?
yes, they did.
And was Mr. Watson still there when the police were present?
No, he took off.
When you see him took off, did you see where he went?
He went towards Baldwin Road
On foot or in a
on
car?
foot.
And you spoke to the police, correct?
Yes, I did.
Do you know how your phone ended up in the toilet?
Mr. Watson threw it in the toilet.
Let me just have a moment, Jen. Now, why did you leave your house? Why did you run out?
Because I was afraid he was going to try to harm me some more.
I just have a moment. I don't think I have any further questions, ma'am. Thank you.
Christmas Eve, was there a police call for interaction between you and my Mr. Watson?
Yes,
So that was Christmas Eve, and so the police arrived,
yes,
and they spoke to you, correct?
yes.
And was there any PPO in the system when they arrived and talked to you?
From my, I thought it was because I did double check with them because again, there was some discrepancies with the service form. It was filled out incorrectly.
Okay, so there was no PPO in the system at it.
Yes, there was.
You filed a PPO, but police officers, did they arrest my client?
No, they did not
Why did they arrest him?
because I was not there.
Because you were not there, or because, how do you know there's, they looked at their discrepancies in the filing of it?
The police officers told me that since I am not there, they cannot enforce the PPO.
But you also just testified that there were discrepancies to the PPO, correct?
Yeah, that was prior to December 24th of 2020.
How long were those discrepancies in the system?
I want to say probably a couple weeks in November.
And whose service you need?
Miriam.
It's Mary,
Miriam is a friend.
friend of yours.
Yes.
So she served the PPO, and then there's discrepancies to the PPO.
Yes.
Okay, so just to be clear, your friend served the PPO, sentence, a form, and there's an issue with that form.
Yes, that I was unaware of. Yes.
And so now was my client,
I'm sorry?
and my client wouldn't be aware of the discrepancy either, correct?
That's correct.
Sorry, kitty butt in the way. But if he was unaware that there were discrepancies in the PPO, but he knew that a PPO had been filed, all the more reason for him to just assume that it was filed correctly and that he shouldn't be there.
And that day, the day of the incident, where were you that day?
I had went out to a bar.
What time did you leave your house?
I want to say I left my house probably around 6 or 7, maybe,
That night.
p.m.
And you got home about 11:30, you said?
I want to say maybe midnight-ish.
And earlier in the day, where were you that day?
I was at the home.
You were at the home.
Yes.
And was anyone else at the home that day?
At that time, it was my older child,
Is that the mirror?
that is Demir, and my youngest child, Dakari.
And so how long was the mirror in the home for?
Just a few hours just to help us clean up for what was destroyed.
And if you was to testify, would he say that nobody else, when he was Watson in the home that day?
Yes, he would say that.
Would he also testify that you had been having fish and chips that night for dinner?
No, because that's not what we ate.
Yes, now he didn't bring you that?
Ooh,
The mirror. He didn't bring you that for dinner that night?
fish and chips?
And had fish and chips.
No, not that night. No.
And you told Deputy Griffin that you do not know how Mr. Watson got to the house, correct?
That is correct.
Is your house usually locked?
It is.
You got home at 11:30, but you have to unlock the door to get in the house?
I went through the front door. So yes, I did have to unlock the door to get
Did
in.
you lock it behind you?
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
After the night of the incident, did you notice any damage to any window or door in the house?
I did see that my microwave stand was moved over.
I didn't ask, I said door or window to get into the house.
No,
Okay, so there was no damage.
no damage.
And after there was an eviction of my client, Mr. Watson, you changed the locks to the house, correct?
I did not change the lock.
Did someone change the locks?
Someone changed the lock.
So Mr. Watson, if you had a key prior, it would not work anymore in the new
That
house.
is correct.
So your testimony days, he wasn't in the house that day.
He was not in the house that day.
And had you guys been texting earlier on in the day?
Yes.
And what were you texting about?
It was for him to see his kids, was my assumption, because that was the agreement. We only talk about the kids since the PPO is in order, and we had to go to front of the court to get something else established as far as communicating with his children.
So you testified that your phone's in the toilet and he put it in the toilet. How did he put the phone in the toilet?
He threw it in the toilet.
Threw it from what distance?
I'm not sure because I didn't see him throw it. I just heard that my belongings was being taken off of the bed.
So you were asleep in the bed when you heard this?
Yes, I was.
And had you seen my client at that point?
No,
So you just heard your keys and phone that were in your bed with you randomly being thrown in the toilet.
I heard my keys being slid off the bed.
And then at that point did you wake up
Yes, I
and
did.
you saw my client?
Yes, I did.
How far is from your bedroom to the bathroom?
It's my room is literally next door to the bathroom.
So approximately from you to me, is this the distance from the toilet to your?
Probably a little bit closer.
And so your testimony is he was that good in the dark, was able to take your phone, just copy it right into the
The
toilet?
bathroom light was on.
No, that was not her testimony. Her testimony was that the phone was on the bed. She woke up when her keys were being slid off the bed. And she went back to the bed to get her phone, realized it wasn't there, and then assumed that it was possibly where he was. And when she went and looked in the toilet, there it was.
And you're saying he was able to just throw it and you heard that.
Yes,
And then after this interaction happened, you knew exactly where that phone was, correct?
Yes,
So you knew it was in the toilet, even though you were in the dark in your bed, being woken up by a man. You're figuring it out. You're scared. You could feel him throw that in the toilet from approximately, say, 15 feet away.
yes, I heard it. Yes,
And then after this interaction happened, and you admit at some point you did punch my client in the face, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
After that, he left, correct?
yes,
So he ran out of the house,
yes,
and this is a freezing night.
yes,
And so, why did you wait to you got your phone out of the toilet, correct?
correct.
And then you ran outside in the freezing cold and called the police?
Yes,
So, it's not making sense to me. We're in a bedroom. You have a door you have a door to your bedroom?
yes, I do.
You have a door to your bathroom that locks, I assume?
Yes, I do.
Yet you took the phone out of the toilet, you're scared, and went in freezing cold temperature where he just left, following his direction, and called the police. Why wouldn't you do it from the comfort of your own home?
I ran out the house first.
So you just testified that he ran out and then you went and got your phone.
No, my phone was grabbed first. I grabbed my jacket and my purse off the floor and bolted out the house.
And where was he?
He was still in the house.
Okay, so where was he in the house, you're saying?
After I picked up my belongings, I don't know because I hightailed out my
And
house.
so I guess you picked up your purse, you
Yes,
picked up your coat,
yes.
and then you got to the bathroom to get the phone, and then you ran out of the house?
Phone first. I turned around, I grabbed my belongings off the floor, and I bolted out the house.
Just 1 second, Your Honor. So you told police, per the police report, you ran outside the house to your car after he left.
Correct.
Okay, so you ran out after so he had already left when you ran outside. That's what.
No, she ran outside. He was still in the house. And then after he ran out, she hid in her car. This attorney's entire defense is, I can't defend him, so I'm going to try to make it look like she's lying.
I'm saying.
No.
So your testimony is different today than it was to the police.
It shouldn't be. It should still be the same. I ran out the house first and he ran right after. I was already across the street on the phone with the police.
So your testimony is not that after you got your keys, several like that you didn't. Your testimony is not that you ran, which is what the police wrote down here, that you ran outside to your car after he left and observed him walk back to.
Objection has been answered, Judge.
Well, I guess the discrepancy is it's different from what she told the police originally.
All right, I think we need to go back. You can ask a question this last time, Mr. Kaplan. So ask your question again.
I'll withdraw your.
You said it.
I'm gonna withdraw the question again.
I hate him. People like him are the reason why I couldn't become an attorney.
And so you said your son was there that day,
Earlier that day, yes,
and you told police that he might have left the door unlocked.
that is correct.
Which door does he usually go in his house?
The back door,
Why
or
would he,
I'm sorry, side door,
why would he go to the side door?
because that's the keys that he has to the side door.
So if we go to your house, it'd be a different key for every kid goes, correct?
Yes,
And you go, where'd you go into the house at?
I'm sorry.
When you came in at 11:30 at night, where were you at? What door did you use?
I always come through the front door.
And had you been drinking that night?
Yes,
How much do you have to drink?
Objection relevance.
Goes to memory or something?
Objection overruled.
do I?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to say maybe one cocktail.
So
Now,
you were out from 6 to 11:30. Where were you that night from 6 to 11:30?
went over to a friend's house,
Whose friend is it? Boyfriend? Is it a girlfriend? What kind
a
of?
girlfriend.
Okay.
Just I went and visited her. We then decided to go to the bar.
So how long were you at your friend's house?
I want to say from traveling, I want to say I got to her house roughly about 7.
Okay, so about 6 to 7, you were outside your house. You left your house. You were at your house.
Yes.
And then at 7, you guys went to a bar.
No, I say we decided to go to the bar about 10 p.m.
Okay, so you got to her house at 7. You're saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize. I misunderstood. So you went to the bar. What bar did you go to?
We went to a bar, I want to say it's Opium in Detroit.
So prior to going to OBM for those 3 hours, you didn't have any drinks at her house?
No, not one drink.
What was the drink you only said, you said testified you had one drink. What was the one drink you had that night?
It's called a sour tart, strawberry sour tart.
You were only there for an hour, hour and a half. Was it not very fun?
No,
So you decided to come home and go to sleep?
yes.
I have no further questions, John.
Very briefly, go ahead. Ma'am, you testified during cross-examination that you were pretty sure that you locked the front door, correct?
Yes.
But you can't say for certain that you locked it.
I'm not sure because of the new locks that was on there. I may have locked the bottom lock and shut it and then went straight upstairs.
So you just don't, you can't say for certain.
I can't really say for certain.
Now, you also testified as it relates to the personal protection order. You received confirmation that in December of 2025 that the discrepancies had been cleared up and that the PPO was active and had been served and that it was in the police system, correct?
That is correct.
No further questions. Thank you.
You may step down. She's pretty cross, Mr. Kaplan, are you gonna call her? Is anything?
No, Your Honor.
Like, pretty.
Thank you.
Any other witnesses on behalf of the prosecution?
No, Your Honor, people are asking.
Or any witnesses on behalf of the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Motion to bind over.
Judge, I would just argue that it's a question of fact and that defying over the defendant got charged as a, on count one of home invasion third degree question of fact.
Mr. Kaplan?
Your Honor, I would just argue that there's a lot of discrepancies to this matter, whether there's a PPO in place. She said there's a discrepancy, that she never explained how she found out the discrepancy was fixed. There had been interaction with police on Christmas Eve where he wasn't arrested. I would also argue that there's no forced entry in this matter, that there had been communication between her and him. And I think through her testimony, there was discrepancies from what she said the night of the incident until today. And for those reasons, I believe that this case should be dismissed.
Okay. Ms. Glenn?
Judge, just in response, she indicated on the record that the relationship ended in October, that she was afraid of the defendant, that she had the locks chained, and that she had left the home, I believe. It was defense attorney, Mr. Kaplan, who asked when he had in fact been evicted from the home and the locks were changed. It's clear he wasn't allowed there. It's a question of fact as it relates to PPO. She testified during direct examination as well as redirect examination that she received confirmation that the discrepancies had been cleared and that the PPO was served and that the PPO was in the system.
That's a question of fact, I mean. The acknowledgement PPO. I believe it was served on him before the January 4th date. Knew not to be there. And I think it's did break or enter without permission, so the door's wide open, enter without permission, I don't know. But is this a clear question of fact now? We just gotta figure out what's going on with the PPO. I have a copy here. It doesn't say on the PPO. I think it says November 1st that Miriam Buchanan served this PPO on Mr. Watson. Now, when it got to the system, I don't know, but all I know is Mr. Watson saw this PPO, so he knew he wasn't supposed to be there. So he's bound over as charged. The Sixth Circuit Court is bound will continue. Arraignment date will be 7 to 10 days from today, but they'll let you know, Mr. Watson. You're all set.
May I approach Judge for that?
Judge got it.
Thank you very much.
James. Jameson. We're getting all done.
We get to watch the perp walk.
All right, Mr. Bonds. Can you hear us, Mr. Bonds? Right, ready for you. 23 OS 07624 A and C, people of the state of Michigan versus Elijah Pierre Bonds, appearance directed.
That should be after the evolve.
Attorney Monique Sanford, on behalf of Mr. Bonds.
All right, Mr. Bonds, good morning. Please state your name for the record and remove your do-rag for me.
Elijah Bonds.
Remove your do-rag, Mr. Bonds. So we're here for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding?
Mr. Bonds, is this your last ticket that you have to clear up?
I don't know. I think I had 9 traffic tickets. I don't know.
You have a show cause from 50C, which is no insurance. We'll take care of that. Let's figure out. You know, and
Since driver to drive. You're, Mr. Bonds, the
Yep.
prosecutor is offering you an allowing a licensed driver to drive, which is not, won't go to the Secretary of State. Do you want to avail yourself of that?
Can you repeat yourself?
Do you want to take an allowing a licensed driver to drive plea, which is a reduction from your driver while license suspended?
What do you mean by that?
we're going to a breakout room.
Okay.
Two three OS 0762 A and C, People State of Michigan versus Elijah Pierre Bonds, appearance directed.
Your Honor, Lord Gosh will be at the people.
Attorney Monique Sanford on behalf of Mr. Bonds. Mr. Bonds, can you hear me talking to you?
Yes, I can.
Mr. Bonds, you were offered of allowing a licensed driver to drive, which is a reduction from a driving while license suspended. Do you want to take the plea to that?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm subject to the pains and penalties of perjury, testimony you give this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth?
Yes.
Okay, put your right hand down. You do have a right to a trial by jury on the original charge of driving with your license suspended. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Jury be composed of 7 residents that reside in the city of Pontiac, randomly selected by your attorney and the prosecutor through a process called voir dire. You understand?
Yes.
At the end of that process, it is the prosecution's burden to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of driving with your license suspended. You understand?
Yes.
At trial, you do have a 50-minute right to remain silent. You don't have to testify. You don't have to present defense. Your silence at trial cannot be used as guilt against you. You understand?
Yes.
You may waive your right to testify at your own trial and represent the defense. You're not required. No one can force you. You understand?
Yes.
At the end of the trial, we'll dismiss the jurors. 6 are going to deliberate. The 6 jurors must return a unanimous verdict of guilty or not guilty to driving license suspended. Do you understand?
Yes.
Fail to do so, the court declares a mistrial, at which time the prosecution will try the case again, or they may choose not to. You understand?
Yes.
You have a right to see, hear, and question all witnesses in open court against you. You understand?
Yes.
If you wish to have witnesses come testify on behalf of your defense at trial, the court will sign subpoenas to get your witnesses present. You understand?
Yes.
Fifth Amendment right to remain silent at trial. You understand that right?
Yes.
Questions about it? Any questions about it?
Yes.
You have questions about it? What are your questions?
No, I don't have any.
As you sit here now, you're presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand?
Yes.
So allowing is a misdemeanor. It's a 93-day misdemeanor, fine of $500 for both. The I guess the bonus or the incentives about allowing, or the good things about that charge, is it will not abstract your driving record. It will be no points on your driver's license. You understand that, Mr. Bonner?
Yes.
Outside of this offer, is anyone else offering you anything, threatening you, or forcing you to waive your right to go to trial?
No.
You're currently on probation or parole?
No.
You're a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes.
My final question is, you're entering this guilty plea knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. You understand the consequences of what you're doing?
This yeah, I'm guilty on driving without license, right?
Mr. Boss, answer my question. Listen to my question. You're entering this plea knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. You understand the consequences of entering this plea to an allowing?
No, can you explain it?
Mr. We're gonna adjourn. I'm gonna give you some more time to talk to Miss Sanford.
Okay.
Before I take a plea from you. Ms. Sanford will be back on for pre-trial, Ms. Sanford. When do you want to come back?
Mr. Bonds is,
I'm gonna set your show cause too, because you have a no insurance ticket. Also, that's $313.20 that you need to pay remaining.
I
Yes.
don't need a telephone number from Mr. Bonds, because I clearly need to have an in-depth, hour-long conversation to explain this process. So I need a valid telephone number for you, Mr. Bonds.
It's the same phone number, 248-1774.
1774.
Yes.
Good date, Ms. Sanford.
We had, the seventh on House Council for Judge Gross, so I try not to do both of y'all. Same day. We just want to go ahead and put them in the afternoon. I feel like we need to go in person,
Afternoon of what, the 9th?
on the night. We need to go in person.
Mr. Bonds, you need to come in person April 9th at 2 p.m.
Okay. I don't have transportation. Like I don't have a car or nothing no more, so it can't be on video or nothing.
No, your attorney wants to confer with you in person so she can talk with you in person. So you have to appear to court. You know, they got Uber and Lyft and
I don't have no money for
Mr. Bonds, you got some money. You got clothes on. You get somewhere. You got
this.
clothes on.
So this is not nothing. This is $15. Like this is no. I don't have.
Mr. Bonds, if you can't understand anything, it is better to have you in person
I was
because,
that. I was.
excuse me, Mr. Bonds, I'm talking. I don't mind calling and having a conversation, but what I don't want to happen is I call you, I have a conversation, then we get back on Zoom and you're being asked questions and you cannot answer them because you're still confused. When you're confused and you're in person, I can deal with that a lot easier. I can't deal with that with you being on Zoom.
Yeah, I was
And
just.
you, and you have a lot of confusion, clearly.
No, I'm not confused. I was just asking if I'm clear. Being like as I'm saying, I'm guilty of driving with license. If so, yeah, I know that. I know I was driving without license. I know that. That's what I was asking. Is that what I'm saying?
Mr. Bonds, I explained that we were offering you a reduction in charge.
Yeah, for
And the judge explained to you that that charge was not going to be on your record with the Secretary of State.
yes.
And he asked you specific questions, and then you said, I don't know. Explain it to me. Well, when we get to that, we need you in person.
I was just asking because be on the speaker. I understand what you guys was saying and doing. I was
I
just
understand, Mr. Bond. Come to court on April 9th. You got to figure out how to get here, but come to court. We're all set. Thank you, sir. All right.
Sorry, Judge, but it's just better at this point.
The judge muted. Oh, look at that. And she gone.
Yes, yeah.
251105 SM People State of Michigan versus Director Joseph Snyder, appearance of record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael and Arnold on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Snyder, who is present in court today and speaks to my right.
Mr. Snyder, please drive state your name correct.
Jeffrey Snyder.
All right, you may be seated. We're here for the final pretrial. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor.
Your Honor, defense filed a motion to dismiss in this matter, and the people did respond. It is the party's understanding that the parties would like the motion to be heard today. Understanding that there is some new discovery that was recently received by both the parties, and the people would, depending on how the court rules on today's motion, if the court denies defendant's motion, then the people would have no objection if the defense wanted to refile a motion, if there was anything additional that the defense wanted to add. I just wanted to note that for the record. Additionally, Judge, we did file a stipulated order, and I did see that Your Honor signed it to adjourn the current jury trial date to May.
So I got an emergency motion. These are the motions I got. Motion to file exhibits under seal. Motion for a discovery sanction and alternative relief based on loss of evidence, late disclosure, and prejudicial witness conduct. I'm sorry. There's a response to that motion. Then I got a emergency motion to adjourn due to late disclosure of material, body worn camera records. I don't have a motion to dismiss of mine.
I believe, Your Honor, I believe the motion to adjourn is moved at this point, given that the jury trial has been adjourned. So I assume that the defense would be withdrawing that motion. As it relates to the defendant's discovery sanction, the relief requested on that motion was to dismiss.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't entitled, so that's why I'm.
Correct.
I apologize, Your Honor, but it is the defendant's motion for discovery sanctions and alternative relief. And now, given that, well, that is the motion that I would be addressing.
Okay, so what motions are we withdrawing and finally moving?
The motion for an emergency adjournment, which was filed yesterday.
That's a move. Okay, what about there's something about exhibits under seal? Is that gonna be argued today?
That was under this motion, defendant's motion for discovery sanctions. We did file a motion under seal because it had information from an investigator who attempted to contact one of the witnesses. It was his affidavit. Really, I think that's the only one that needs to be under seal. The rest had police reports and correspondence that we received from the complaining witnesses.
You may proceed whatever we want to go with first.
Okay. Your Honor, Your Honor, this would be my motion to dismiss at this point. It was originally filed under my motion for discovery sanctions. I know you just received my emergency motion last night. In that motion, partly why we were requesting an adjournment and partly why it's relevant here is we had been requesting body cam footage from the other officers that reported to the scene. And I don't know if you remember, but from our show cause hearing, there was an issue that there might have been other video out there that existed and we hadn't seen it. Well, on February 25th last week, we received an additional 2 videos, about over an hour's worth of video footage. It evidenced additional witnesses. It evidenced information that was conflicting with what we heard from the witness on the show cause. Based on that, I'm going to continue with this motion to dismiss. And really the motion it's a confluence of factors, Your Honor, and it's a due process grounds. So if you can, I'll read my statement here, which I drafted the night before. On February 26th, less than 1 week before the scheduled final pretrial, the prosecution disclosed an additional 7.33 gigabytes of body-worn camera and other documents. These recordings had previously been represented as unavailable. We had also filed a motion to get those videos because they were very important, but for whatever reason, they did not appear, but they have been found and provided to us. The defense counsel responsibly proceeded to pretrial or trial without adequate. So that's no longer an issue. We'll have time to review that. But however, at this point, the issue now extends beyond preparation time. The newly disclosed, I thought that was Mally Court. The newly disclosed recordings are not peripheral. They directly relate to the issue this court had already addressed, specifically the availability and preservation of surveillance footage viewed at the scene and later discussed during a contempt proceeding. Now, we already held that contempt proceeding, but now it's going to be necessary to revisit that contempt proceeding based on these new evidence that's come to light. This court then conducted a contempt hearing based on testimony considering whether footage existed, whether it was requested, and whether it was preserved. Now that we have this newly disclosed body-worn camera recordings, reflect statements regarding the availability of the surveillance footage and the intention to forward the video to law enforcement. Had those recordings been available earlier before the hearing for contempt, they would have materially informed the court of this prior inquiry. The point being that based on my recollection, and I would have to get the transcript, Brett, the owner of the bar, stated that he never realized that they had asked him for the video. He never realized that he was to preserve the video. He did state that the complaining witnesses in this case were dismissed because of being aggressive. The point being, the videos now we have clearly state, they said, please preserve this, please send us this by email, and he affirmatively stated he understood and he would do so. That's in direct conflict of his testimony. The point being, that issue is going to have to be reopened and reinvestigated by defense at great cost. In addition, while the criminal matter has been pending, complainants transmit written monetary demands expressly referencing the scheduled pretrial and trial dates. Those communications bear directly on credibility and motive and will necessarily be central at trial. Again, before the pretrial today, final pretrial, we received an additional ultimatum, and that is in my emergency motion to adjourn. You have, that will be in front of you, where they have written two correspondence to Mr. Snyder's board that does his licensing for real estate. So two professional ethics. So that is now in place. And I'd also refer back to my understanding, and the court could probably better tell me, or would be on record. My understanding was at the last hearing, the court instructed or ordered that the two complaining witnesses be here today at the final pretrial, or there would be a dismissal. That is my recollection. Now, I know the prosecutor, I discussed that with her, but I would ask the court to note that, because I have not seen either complaining witness here today.
Yeah, they were supposed to be here.
Who are the subject of this, and I think are partly right, kind of, again, I think it's a confluence of factor. One, I think the police, within their resources, did what they thought was a fairly routine job. It didn't turn into a fairly routine job, because I think that this is not a fairly routine case. And I feel like as a defense counsel, I've been on a bit of a wild goose chase just to get to the starting point of this case. So now at great expense and great cost to my client, here we are at the starting point. We're going to have to again call all these cast of characters back to do these preliminary matters at great cost, and at great cost to judicial economy and due process. I think standing alone, each of these issues might be manageable, but taken together, the loss of neutral surveillance footage, which again, they had a third party, I think that footage is lost. Whether it was intentionally deleted or not, it's not important for today's purposes. It was lost. The fact that the proceedings occurred without the benefit of those recordings, why the prosecution only, and I only got these late disclosed discovery requests last week, whether the prosecutor's office had the opportunity to review all of the footage before issuing a warrant for arrest on these particular charges, whether the prosecution office might have thought differently about what charges to pursue, if any, and against who, had they had the benefit of that late disclosed discovery. That, I think, all remains to be seen or is unknown.
He may look goofy, but he's got some major points. There are some very funky things going on with video surveillance footage just poof disappearing, and that just happens to be the exact time slot that could exonerate his client. Come on now. And I hate to say it, but his haircut, or well, the haircut, no, that's all on him. The hair color, I think, is just the lighting of the courtroom. Because if you look in the little box, it doesn't look nearly that blue. And I think that's natural. I think that's his natural color.
I think there's central to credibility concerns that dovetails into the credibility concerns of the complaining witnesses who are driving this prosecution. I think the cumulative effects of this is that the prosecution's evidentiary foundation is materially in question. I think under People v. Dimambaro and Kyle v. Whiteley, even though they weren't in the possession of the prosecution has a duty to learn and disclose favorable evidence. And had they not known, I think that law enforcement has a duty to do a due diligence investigation before criminal prosecution. because now what is happening is the onus is being put on the defendant. He is de facto having to do his own police investigation and right the ship, so to speak, at great expense, great stress to him. He's been under bond conditions, he's been compliant, he's an individual that has never had any blemishes on his record, nothing would indicate this sort of thing. But yet in the presumption of innocence, he's forced to undertake all these takings. Additionally, in the newly discovered video evidence, there are no less than 2 or 3 witnesses who were at the scene. We don't know the names of those witnesses. We don't know the contact for those witnesses, and no witness statement was ever taken by them. Additionally, the one witness we do have access to in my affidavit that was attached under seal or requested under seal, Paul Slavin, I believe, has attempted to contact him on no less than 3 occasions. He is avoiding speaking on this matter. This is the witness that was bookends of this case. My client, based on my understanding, was talking to this witness, a male, and there was a female witness in between the two of them. He chose not to press charges, but he's also choosing not to speak. We have other witnesses that we could speak to. If we knew them, we'll have to track them down. The point being, this is a great expense, and I think at this point, we would request that the court dismiss this case without prejudice, allow the prosecution the benefit of being able to review and speak with their officers in charge, and after doing some rudimentary due diligence, if they would like to reissue a case based on what that is, that would save us, in my client, great expense, and I think it's appropriate under these circumstances. So my motion at this point, Your Honor, is that the court dismiss this case without prejudice for a multitude of factors. No less being that I think the court ordered that the 2 complaining witnesses were here today or the case would be dismissed. So I don't even know if this motion at this point is a moot argument.
Response.
Your Honor, first and foremost, I'd like to address the board. A lot of the arguments made by Mr. Leonardo's would be relevant for a civil suit and not for a criminal suit. So I would like to state specifically the body worn camera the defense is arguing wasn't tendered until February 25th last week. That is when I received the body worn camera as well, Your Honor. So I promptly turned that over to defense the same day that I received it, Judge. So that is not an issue here. Additionally, Judge, the surveillance video, as was testified to by Mr. Mickelson, who was present at the last court hearing, he indicated that he never turned that over, that he didn't send it to anybody, and that it no longer existed due to the turnover after, I believe he testified it was 14 days, gets automatically deleted, Judge. That motion was then withdrawn by defense based upon the testimony that was given that day. Additionally, Judge, based upon those 2 arguments, there is no legal basis for dismissal as defense requests as it relates to those 2 arguments, specifically regarding the discovery, late disclosure of discovery, as well as the quote-unquote loss of evidence. As I indicated on paragraph 21 of my response, it should be noted that there is no general constitutional right to discovery in a criminal case, as People v. Dickinson.
Why wasn't the evidence preserved? You had the evidence. The evidence clearly existed. But the evidence no longer exists because it was not properly preserved. And how does that become the defendant's problem? That sounds like it becomes a you problem, because you can no longer prove your case beyond a reasonable doubt because the evidence that everybody knows existed doesn't exist anymore. And no one knows for certain what it would have shown.
People are not auxiliary investigators for defendant. The prosecutor's office is not required to undertake discovery on behalf of the defendant. That's People v. Leo. The people are not required to negate every theory consistent with the defendant's innocence. Again, that is People v. Coy, and case law is clear in this case. In this matter, Judge, the court may not order prosecution to disclose information that is not within its possession. Again, Your Honor, everything that is in the prosecutor's office possession has been tendered to defense, including the body worn camera that our office received on February 25th, which again was tendered on the same day. So there is no legal basis for dismissal as it relates to those two arguments. Now, the monetary demands that Mr. Leonardo's argues, Judge, frankly, to be candid with the court, I responded as it relates to that argument. I don't believe anything additional needs to be stated. I have no reason to dispute the contents of those emails and letters, Judge. I would like the court to note that our office was included in those initial letters and emails to the court. I understand that defense included those exhibits, so they are there for the court's review, Judge. So as it relates to that, Your Honor, like I said, I have nothing additional to add outside of what was in my response. I believe the court has all the information it needs to make a ruling on that matter, Judge. And for the, and I apologize just for the, I do not recall the court ordering the complaining witnesses to be here. I don't recall that. It's very, if Your Honor says that's what Your Honor did, I do not recall that. I apologize. But like I said, I think the court has all the information it needs to make a ruling on this matter, Judge.
Mr. Lenars, final response.
Well, Your Honor, again, I do recall you saying that they needed to be here. And this is where I get frustrated because I feel like, I do recall asking for video. I do recall asking for a lot of things. So, but I do recall you saying that I think it could be easily solved. We would just look at the record, and I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong.
No, I've marked it in my file. I mean, that's what the court says happening that reigns supreme in this court. So it's in my file. So I said it needs to be here.
And this is where I get frustrated because I feel like, well, it doesn't matter what I feel like. I think the court's words have to have weight. The rule of law has to have weight. Due process has to have weight. These principles that we rely on as a society has to have weight. The prosecution is correct. It's not their job, but it is the investigating officers to disclose material. It extends to the investigating officers. I think in this case, we have a multitude of factors that warrant a dismissal without prejudice. We're not saying you can't bring your case. We're just saying we're dismissing without prejudice. Bring it properly so the defense counsel is not going off on wild goose chases and the playing field is level. Your Honor, short of that, I will leave it to the court's discretion. I will note that I think I'm getting a phone call from.
Okay, so motion to file under seal. Yeah, I don't know what this motion is about. To be honest, I know this is about.
I would just say
trying to figure out what is the reference.
the only exhibit that I think didn't necessarily, based on my recollection, is the affidavit of the process server, because he will be a witness in the case, I would imagine.
Your Honor, if this request is to keep that from the public record, I have no objection to that.
So I think on the all the documents I cited are in the prosecution's. So for purposes of this, it might just be safest to file all of them under seal, and it would make it easier.
So the motion to file exhibits under seal, we'll grant that motion.
I do like this attorney. He is winning his case on the merits of the arguments. They didn't produce the discovery. The discovery wasn't preserved. The witnesses were supposed to be there, and they're not. He's actually winning on valid arguments as opposed to the first guy we saw who was trying to win on a basis of I confused you to make it look like you were lying. Come on now.
The motion was written back on February 17th and filed on the 18th here in the court. So just trying to keep it all together. We got a flurry of motions so the record can be cleared. This motion to file exhibits under seal is granted. There is an order. I'll sign that. And then you withdrew the emergency motion to adjourn due to late disclosure of material body worn camera evidence. That is withdrawn. I was filing yesterday. So that's new. Are you withdrawing that motion, Mr. Lenaro?
At this time, I would withdraw, yes, to make it easier, it's been withdrawn.
All right, so a couple of things here. One, the complaining witnesses were supposed to appear. This case was unique because, to be honest with you, we got extortion letters. I mean, I don't know if they want money or they want justice. You can have both, but it's kind of weird in the criminal context. They're essentially harassing Mr. Schneider. They're reaching out to, I'm a realtor, so I understand reaching out to the ethics, sort of our boards and putting charges, lodging allegations against an individual. Being a realtor, that's your livelihood, your real estate license. And so, just as we are very precautious and very keen on ethics and law, they are in real estate as well. And so reaching out to that board could cause irreparable harm to Mr. Schneider, but you have civil and maybe criminal avenues to relieve yourselves of that pressure and that harassment. So I will leave that there. They were supposed to be here. I don't know why they have not been here. They did not appear today. It was clearly stated in my record. I won't base my dismissal on that, but as far as the evidence in this case, to be honest, if we go to trial, I don't think these witnesses will be credible at all. Anybody. I understand there was a video that worked all night and a certain part is gone. Weird, and that's the part in which would, I guess, capture what really occurred between Mr. Schneider and whoever else, and these two individuals that are complainants in this matter. But I'm going back to my jury trial order back on January 8th, and I'm looking at it, and I say all discovery shall be disclosed by the final pretrial conference. Additionally, the discovery shall be in possession of the opposing party no later than 2 weeks prior to the final pretrial conference. Discovery will be excluded from trial if not disclosed by the final pretrial conference or surrendered within 2 weeks after that. So I know discovery is ongoing in criminal cases, the body worn camera, and I understand the argument from prosecution. The sad thing about being in prosecution is you kind of follow the sort of police who don't work fast enough. I've been there, in which there's a discovery order and individuals, and it wasn't like prosecution didn't know about the discovery, the body worn camera. Like, the prosecution knew about the body worn camera. And I don't understand why it wasn't turned over. Maybe it was requested late. Maybe people dragged their foot at the police station. I don't know, but there was an order for the discovery of the body worn camera to allow Mr. Leonardo's and his client to go through it. And I understand prosecution doesn't. There's not a right to discovery. And however, Brady would say otherwise. If the discovery goes to the culpability of the defendant, then it must be turned over as soon as possible. That's one point I want to make right there. The second point is Mr. Nicholson sat on the stand and I believe was stated that he didn't know about any video camera footage. He didn't see anything, but however, you have a statement here by an officer off the body cam. I haven't seen the body cam, but officer, I don't know how to say his name, OSASAROA, says the bar owner Brett showed me in-house video on his cell phone. I observed the time step to be accurate with the current time. The argument appears to start at 11:54. However, the video suddenly skips ahead and the involved individual cannot be seen on the video. I provided Brett with my email address and asked him to forward me the video when he had a chance to watch it on the computer. So, the fact that there was a video preserved on that day and the police saw it and they said, get it to me. And now we get here till he gets on the stand, he can't recover the video. That's an issue because the police knew he had it. Mr. Nicholson knew he had it. And now we get to trial and there's no video. That's a big issue. I believe there are discovery violations in this case. Once again, I understand your position, Mr. Kamaj. I can only give it over when it's in my possession. But at the same time, the police see it, and that's my biggest issue. Police will see a video, they won't do nothing with it. They'll see a video, they won't record on their phone, they won't get information to get it, to reach out to the people to get the video. They'll rely on civilians who are not charged with the duty of turning over discovery. It's the police's job to do so. So there is a loss in failure to preserve the surveillance evidence. It was known, it wasn't preserved. So I will find that there is discovery violations in the matter. Doesn't warrant a dismissal. You know, I could set it for jury trial and let the jury decide their judgment on the merits, because I don't believe that, that's not my purview, but, just based off the witnesses, harassing Mr. Schneider, asking for money demands. They did not show up to court today. I asked them to appear. So, the motion to dismiss will be granted. It will be a dismissal without prejudice. Also, I'm dismissing on the basis that the complaining witnesses are supposed to be here. They failed to appear. I mean, obviously, we wanted to hear from them in this matter, but they decided not to appear. So we're all set. It's a dismissal without prejudice. Obviously, you can refile it if you do wish to do so, but please make sure Mr. Schneider has a discovery. Anything else that needs to be done in this case.
Understood, Your Honor. If I may just make a brief record, I respect the court's ruling.
I apologize. The hearing I was in, can I just step off for 1 second in the hall?
It'll be very quick, so
Yeah,
we're on the record, yes, sir. We're on the record.
I did say to the court before I started this, that I was on the record in 2 courts because this was scheduled at 9:30. Can I just step off for 1 minute?
I just need a brief record.
Hold on,
Can I step off while she makes the record? She can make the record.
One second. How old is this here? Can you tell me you're in the middle of
Yes, that's all I'm gonna do, step on.
No, you're in the middle of oral in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oral, yes. You may proceed.
Are we back on the record, Judge?
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify for the record, because I know Your Honor made a note that our office was in receipt of the discovery. I just want the record to be clear that I have reached out to the officer in charge in this case since October of last year. I was informed by the officer in charge that he could not locate the videos. I spoke to him on the phone. I even reached out to him last week to figure out why it is that we just received it last week, and I did not receive a response from him, Judge. So I just wanted to be clear that the prosecution did turn it over immediately upon receipt and have been requesting this discovery since October of last year. So I just want the record to be clear on that, Judge. As well as I did want to note for the record that at the last hearing, as Your Honor indicated, had ordered the complaining witnesses to appear in court today. I do not believe they were present, so they would not have known to appear in court. So I just want that to be clear. Unless they were watching, there's no way that they would have known to appear here today.
Then it's your job. What the bloody hell is happening here? It is your job to subpoena them, or at least at the very minimum, contact them if they weren't present in the last court hearing. And the judge makes a ruling that they have to be present at this next one. Your job.
So I understand and I respect the court's ruling. I just wanted that clear for the record. Thank you.
All right. So dismissal without prejudice. Obviously, if they stump up and down the complainants, you can always refile it. That's in your power. I didn't dismiss it without prejudice, so there's an opportunity to bring it back to court. But yeah. So you're all set, Mr. Schneider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna step outside to try to solve it back there.
Okay, then present an order to the court, Mr. Mr. Leonardo's.
Will do.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna be back.
Oh, he was trying so hard to get out those doors. That poor attorney. Your Honor, I would like to put it on the record that I'm a moron that can't do my job sufficiently. I wouldn't want that on the record. Yeah, he's on the record in 2 different courtrooms, and this hearing started late, so it was bleeding over into the other one. Yeah, he there was one moment where it looked like he left and then came back in. No, I cut out the space gap. He made it to the door. And then what was it? Either the prosecutor, the girl, she was like, I'll just be 1 minute. I'll just be 1 minute. We're on the record. You know, she was doing that whole bit. And so he made it to the door, and then he like just cringed and reluctantly came back with his phone. And I didn't mean to cut it out, but I went back through, and anywhere that there was a space, I just, snipped it. I didn't realize that I had left that space in there on purpose to show that. But no, he did not make it out those doors until that moment at the end. And I almost got Billy to climb the wall. Almost. Oh, he's sleeping now. He loves that cat tower. He loves it so much. I'm so happy. I got a new laser pointer. Well, actually, I got it at the same time that I got this one. And this one is just a laser pointer, but it's also a USB charged one. So it's called Cat Lures. I like it. The reason that I got it was actually the shape, because with my arthritis, it's hard to grip those tiny little pen ones. And those tiny little pen ones, the buttons are always so hard to push. This one, it looks like Cat Lures is the brand even. And I really like it. It's got a very, very bright beam, and it's so easy for, even with my arthritis, it's so easy to push. And as you saw, the cats were literally climbing the walls for it. This one's great. I like that I don't have to continuously hold a button. I can just I can just flip the switch up 1 notch, and it's the laser pointer light. It is bright as well. If I want the supposed bodily fluids finder, cat fluid finder, it's this one, but it hasn't worked yet. So, and lastly is a flashlight for when I have to find those poo piles in the dark. Or when I hear someone hacking. No, I like this one a lot too. I think these were 2 very good buys. They were both like $6 on Chewy. So worth it. This one might have been a little bit more. This one might have actually been like 12. I'll have to look back on that, but maybe I can find them in the merchandise links and link them down below. I'll try. I did. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Like I said, I try to find, different styles of cases. It is. I love it. And like I said, I really like if I'm having a bad day and I just holding a button is not in the realm of things I'm feeling like I'm going to do, then I can just use this one with the flippy switch. And if I'm charging one, I can use the other. It's great. Always buy 2. I wish I could get Chewy.com to sponsor me. I might have a lead on somebody who will. Not everybody's going to agree with it, but oh well. I'll give a little hint. If you live in California or Colorado or Michigan or Washington, you'll be okay with it. But living in Wisconsin, I can't enjoy the benefits of the company so much. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I almost didn't even come on tonight. Can't you see I look like a mess? No. No, I need to go to sleep. I'm so sorry. You can usually talk me into anything, but not tonight. Not tonight. I do love you though. I love you so much, Mortimer Duke. I do wish you all a super, super happy Easter. Hopefully I'll be able to get on during the day. Hopefully. No promises, but I shall try. But as of right now, it is meds time. No, you have no chance. No chance. None. If Mortimer Duke won't succeed, you have no chance. My eggs are no good. They were rotten long ago. Oh, that's cute. That's super cute. I know. She might leave me. She might. Hey, you quit being mean. Stop it. When I was giving them licky treats, he was starting to get snotty to snitch. And hi, snitch. And I was holding the treat. He swatted at Snitch with claws. And I tapped him on the nose with the licky treat. And it just went up his face. He jumped off the desk with a face full of tuna treat. Hi, Snitch, my boy. Oh, Earl's gonna test it out here. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get you to test it. No, you're not gonna. Look at the wheel. Get it. Come on, Earl. No, not gonna happen, huh? All right. I love you guys. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.